Right? All right, good evening. So, 25th May, right? Two things were supposed to happen on 25th May 2025. UPSC prelims. Number two, IPL finals. And then, as you all know, war happened or almost happened. And you people started praying for the postponement of prelims. I started praying for not postponement of IPL. And God was like, both our prayers are rejected. No postponement of prelims, but definite postponement of IPL. Unfortunate for me, at least. Right? So, on 25th May, prelims is going to happen. And UPSC journey is also like IPL. Right? Let me just tell you people. Some people are like Gujarat Titans. First season or first attempt only, they get a rank and they go. Right? Many people are like RCB. Every year you will be like, Isala cup Isala rank namde, Isala rank namde. Right? Yeah, mind you, some people are like Mumbai Indians also. Till March, till April, they'll be like, Aram se will study, full stretching, 2 hours of study, 3 hours of study. April mid, they get serious, right? Like Mumbai Indians, first 4 matches, they don't play at all. They're like, yeah, we are here to enjoy all blessings of Mr. Ambani. So after mid April, these people get serious. And once they get serious, no stopping them, right? They will perform to the best possible extent. Unfortunately, some people are also like CSK, right? Using cheating and unfair means to get into the list. Example, Miss Kerkar, right? Right, Thala for a reason, CSK out of season. I don't know why I'm saying this, but I'm just saying this, right? So some people are like that. So UPSC journey, right, also mimics IPL. Right, some people, Gujarat Titans, they did it in their first season. Right, RCB hopefully this year, right? And so coming to the serious aspect, right? It is quite common in the last few days and the last week to feel that you have prepared absolutely nothing. It's quite a common feeling. So I'm starting with that. Like, I've studied so much, but I don't remember anything. How will you remember so many things? Let's say you started with polity. You started with polity, you mastered polity, you went to economy. By the time you mastered economy, polity is gone. By the time, then you started with geography. By the time you mastered geography, economy is gone. Then ecology. By the time ecology master you became, geography is gone. Then current affairs, CSAT, this, that. And by the time you mastered history, prelims only is gone. Right? I'm like, I love history. I love teaching history along with essay and ethics. But the thing here is, especially ancient and medieval history, I think that is the only subject that feels newer than current affairs. So many questions, so many facts, so many data. From where are these people getting? Every year. I will also be shocked, like, where is that? Who the hell are Bhavabhuti, Hasti Malla and Shemekshwara? From where are these people getting? But all jokes apart, like you have prepared very well. But you will never feel that you have prepared very well. And that's quite common. Doesn't matter. Only very few people feel that, like they have prepared very well and they have got things under control. Majority of you, you're going to feel like, yeah, prelims should have been postponed. The war should have happened, right? But the thing here is, doesn't matter prelims is happening now or prelims is happening 2 months later, 3 months later, 1 year later, your level of preparation is going to be exactly the same. Exactly the same. And even if the prelims is postponed by six months, the people who will be clearing this Sunday, 90% of them will be clearing after 6 months. And people who are not clearing this Sunday, 90% of them will not be clearing even after 6 months. So it's only the 10% difference between clearing and not clearing in case something is postponed. So what the point I'm trying to make here is, you will never feel ready for UPSC exam, because I just gave you that is simply too many subjects, and then CSAT, yes, don't forget that. So since there are too many subjects, it's quite natural to feel that you have not prepared, quite natural to feel that you may screw it up yet again. So whenever you feel that, keep telling yourself that it's natural to feel that way. It's quite common. Very few people feel that they are prepared, especially those who are very good with the prelims part. They feel like that. And I was talking about current affairs. Now, before I come there, just ensure that you should not study anything new. And one common mistake which many people do here is study new current affairs in the last week. I don't know for what joy you get to study new current affairs in the last day, because paper is set quite a few weeks before. Just focus on revising and revising only. Your static, your current affairs, whatever you have studied, the last few days are for consolidation. If at all you are feel like, some people will come up with various videos, like, study this 100 most probable topics. You open that list, you have studied 20 only in that topic. Then you're like, 4 days are there, 20, 20 topics per each day. I'll finish all those. Please, for the love of God, do not do that. If you have not done it, you have not done it. Are there chances that those topics may come? Yes. Are there chances that none of the topics may come? Yes. But if you run behind new topics in the last couple of days, you will definitely create disaster on 25th May. Just to give an example, current affairs, it's so conflicting and confusing. Right, for example, the war thing. I read one editorial in Hindu. War should happen. India should take actions, end terrorism once and for all. Next day, one more editorial. No war should happen. War is very risky for Indian economy. After the third day, a limited surgical strike should be done and Pakistan must be taught lesson, not a full-fledged war. Then things started escalating. People wanted de-escalation. Editorial started about de-escalation. Things got de-escalated. Editorials wanted re-escalation. It was so confusing. Right? I was feeling like that Ishan Avasti of Tare Zameen Par. Like, what the hell is going on? Unable to comprehend, because there are so many conflicting views. But then I realized one thing. Why the hell should I care? I'm not the one who is giving the exam. You people should care about that. So luckily I'm on the other side. I can get conflicted and I was like, yeah, it's okay. Now when you after a week, when you come to me with your mains answers and essays, I'll tell you one thing. Like if you have written escalation, I'll say, where's de-escalation? Write a balanced answer. It's very easy to say that. But as an aspirant, it's very tough. So coming back to the point here, know nothing, whether it is static, whether it is current affairs, whether it is CSAT, no new information. Do not overload your brain with any sort of new information. It will not be able to comprehend. And ensure that you have clarity. Clarity not just of purpose, but of action. So, some of you have spent at least 1.5 years, 2 years preparing. Some of you have spent more RCB type of people have spent more years. Right? So, no matter how much amount of time you have spent, until and unless you have cleared the prelims barrier, there will always be a little bit of fear. So don't get afraid for whatsoever reason. There is a chance you may clear, there is a chance you may not clear. Outcome we will see later. That was our deal. Don't mess up the last few days for whatsoever reason. Whenever you get that fear, tell yourself it's quite common. And especially if prelims has never been your strong game, or if you have failed it more than once, you will have extreme fear with respect to preliminary examination. But the thing here is, if you have given multiple attempts, right, the more time you spend with the books, the more attached you get with the result. Right? In adulthood, there are two types of pain. Number one, the pain of breakup. Number two, pain of getting 51.25 out of 200 in the mock test. Right? I have seen some of you come to my chamber. Sir, today I gave mock test. I'm getting 51, 52, hand shaking, body shaking, panic mode, full on. Right? It's okay. Mock test is not your actual test. And again, no mock test now, last few days. Okay, that's out of the picture. I'll come to, if you want to look at the questions, PYQs are more than sufficient. And as I was telling, the more time you spent in this journey, the more attached you are with the result. Try and get yourself as detached as possible with respect to the outcome, with respect to the result. Because that is not going to do you any good. That is going to increase the pressure on yourself in the actual examination. So be as detached as possible. You may be giving your third attempt, you may be giving your fourth attempt, you may be giving your last attempt, doesn't matter. You should be like, we do not care about this exam. But to be very honest, it is easier said than done. Right? You have spent so much time with Lakshmikant that it is practically impossible to live without Lakshmikant. Right? You are so deeply in love with Lakshmikant, it's impossible for you to live with Lakshmikant. And NCRTs, they're like your first love. You started with that, you started the journey with that, you started the relationship with that. Now they are nowhere to be seen in the picture. Spectrum is like your toxic ex. You keep on going back to them only to realize they are good for nothing. I'm just kidding here. Okay. So you have various relationship with the various books. Right? So in that manner, right? Lakshmikant, obviously, I totally agree. Yeah, that's long lasting. Sato janmo ka pyar it is. Right? You simply cannot live without that. Right? So the thing here is, get yourself detached from the outcome. It serves you absolutely no good. Whether it's your first attempt, whether it's your last attempt, you may have anything at stake. But if you are too focused on the outcome, your performance is going to suffer in the examination, which you do not want it to happen. I know you have done and you have put in a great deal of efforts for this examination, no denying that. And all of you here, I have seen you day in and day out put those efforts. Online students also, you would have put your efforts. But the thing here is, if you are thinking that just because you have put efforts and that should materialize into something more, then I would not be speaking here. Right? So efforts do not guarantee outcome. But the thing here is, we should just worry about our part, doing our duty. Outcome, God will take care. Because one thing I have realized is, in prelims, little luck has to go your way. Mains, little bit more. And interview, a lot of luck has to go your way to make it to the final list. The other day, I was just seeing a mark sheet. It's like the name is scratched. The person whose optional happens to be economics has got 335 in the optional. 335 in optional. GS 1, 2, 3 and 4 together, it's 440 odd, 440 plus. Interview is 113, essay is 57. I don't know, that is extreme bad luck. Extreme good marks and extreme bad marks. No middle path. Even 150, 160 in interview and 70 or 80, that person would be in top 100. Little bit better marks in interview and essay. Average marks in interview and average marks in essay. That person would be in top 3 or even probably, who knows, top 1. So the thing here is, Imagine that person, like, looking at the mark sheet and just wondering, 335 in optional. These days, it's very, very hard to cross 300. Forget 300, 280 people are crying. And that person got 335. And he or she might be wondering, where is luck? So you cannot simply control what happens. There is a lot of subjectivity. So do not worry about that subjectivity. Focus on doing your duty, which you have done very well. Yes, there will be ups, there will be downs in your preparation. Sometimes you are super productive, sometimes you are not. But now is not the time to worry about it. Now, this last few days is to just relax. Don't stretch yourself too much. It's not your graduation exams. Like, we'll do night out for the 4 nights and then top. No, not happening, guys. These days, actually, to be very honest, count for nothing. You don't do anything in these 4 days. That's also fine. Because what matters is what you did 1.5 years before today, or a few months before today. So even if you do very least studies, it's fine. As long as you're calm, that's fine. If you feel like studying, study. But don't overstretch yourself. And especially if you just recently wrote the great KPSC exam, okay, you may have that temptation of, because you have very less time, okay. So some of you are looking at me, right? So it's okay. Still don't push, okay? Especially if you have written mains before, don't push. Just go there with the best of the belief. You never know what's going to happen. But one thing, from my personal experience, what I have realized is, the calmer I was, the better I have performed in the preliminary examination. The calmer I was, the better the performance. The more worried I was with the outcome, and the performance has the overall scores, though clearing the cutoff, but it has somewhere in the border or just above the border. And when I have not cared, forest cutoff also has cleared. So just go like you do not care about this exam. You shouldn't just say it, you should believe it. Like you actually don't give a damn about this exam. Because there are so many things in life we can worry about. Like, what if the war had happened? Right? People would have lost their lives. And a war between two nuclear countries, it's never a good sign. Global warming is happening. Don't sit and worry about, sir, what if war happens one day before prelim, or what if global warming happens. I'm just giving you hypothetical or real scenarios where there are bigger than your worries of clearing this exam or no. And as a person who has very successfully been unsuccessful in this examination multiple times, I can tell you, life takes care of itself, right? If you clear, you become a ranker. If you don't clear, you'll become a mentor. As simple as that, right? And any days, having a lot of officers you have contributed to their journey is much better than a single officer, is what I feel, probably to make myself feel better, right? Again, there are two ways of it. Those who have cleared may disagree with me. If I had cleared, I would have disagreed with myself, right? So that's how it happens. Like, the perspectives change. So believe that, things will have their way of taking care. You may not see the light at the end of the tunnel as of now, but there will always be something good in this, destined for you. Because some of you may be thinking, if you clear this exam, all your life's problems are going to vanish automatically. Let me tell you this, newsflash, it's not going to happen. Yeah, one or two problem might be solved, that's all. You'll have a lot of respect in your society. People may praise you for their own benefit, but apart from that, nothing is going to change. You will still have good days, you'll still have bad days. You'll still feel anxious, you'll still feel happy. So do not see the success or the outcome of this exam as a panacea for your problems in life. Because simply put, it's not. And I've seen that from close quarters. People can be happy by being an officer. People can still be depressed by being an officer. People can still be happy without clearing this exam, and people can still be depressed by clearing this exam. So Take my word of advice. Just stop caring, at least for a few days, a few months, till August 29th. That would be a very ideal scenario, right? So just ensure that. And many of your stresses, unknown way of stress, comes from society, knowingly or unknowingly. Sometimes even from the immediate family, sometimes from the society. Like, if I don't clear, what face will I show to the society, my relatives? And the thing about the relatives, let me just digress here for a moment, is everybody knows on 25th May, prelims exam is going to happen. They may not know when mains will happen or interview, but 25th May, because the volume is more, right? Almost 7-8 lakh people have filled the form. So everybody knows 25th May. And I still not have told my far relatives that I have stopped writing the exam. Last week I had met one relatives. He's like, "Are you prepared for 25th May?" I'm like, "Yeah." Isala rank namde, right? Isala rank namde. They still think I'm writing. I was like, it's okay. But the thing here, the point I'm trying to make is that doesn't matter. Because once you clear, right, as I always say, even your dead relatives will come in searching for you. That, hey, I had told you on 25th May that you will clear prelims. Now you have seen 1 year later you are a rank holder, right? So that's the hypocrisy of society. And the moment you don't clear, let's say something goes wrong on 25th May or in mains, or you went till the final stage, you missed by just 7 marks, or even 1 mark, you are anonymous. You are absolutely anonymous. I was speaking to Shrikant just 2 days back. He's fed up of meeting the relatives. I'd warned him before only this is going to happen. Now he's like, now I realize what you're telling, sir. Just 1 year ago, when he missed by a few marks, not even one relative of all those people or the family friends were there for him. Only those who mattered were there. And now everybody wants to be in good books because now he's going to be an IAS officer shortly. So if you are bothering about what relatives will say, newsflash, you are the most stupid person on this planet. Because they don't care about you unless you succeed. That's the bottom line here. Most of your relatives do not care about you unless you succeed. You don't have any point to prove to them. As long as you and the people who matter to you are happy, you should not be caring what the extended relatives tell, or you don't have a point to prove. And as long as you have done good preparation, the job is well done, irrespective of the outcome. Irrespective of the outcome, job's well done. Now, coming to the final week again. Let's say you have to revise effectively. Focus on the facts that you may forget. Okay, anything from polity to economy to ancient medieval or modern Indian history, art and culture, current affairs, places in news, anything that you may forget. Now, how do you decide what you may forget? You have studied intensively so far. You know the subjects that you are comfortable. Topics, forget subjects, topics that you are comfortable, topics that you are not comfortable, or topics that while revising the first round, second round, third round also, you are not 100% comfortable. There, you know your brain knows what to see. Trust your brain, trust your gut. You will have no time to do polity from scratch or first to last, economy. No, there is simply no time. What your brain tells, what your instinct, what your gut feeling tells, call it whatever you want, just see that. It may so happen you started with polity. 1 hour, 2 hours, 1 day polity, next day economy, third day full panic. Like, prelims is just 2 days away. Right? So it may quite happen. Whenever it's quite natural to do so. Take a half an hour break, 1 hour break, then get back. Don't panic, don't overstudy, don't understudy. Just be in the zone. The zone I'm talking about is just before we started, we are doing the visualization. We are doing the visualization meditation. Just be in the zone like how you will be on 25th. Be relaxed, be calm, be chilled, but be deadly confident. Because confidence is very important at this point of time. That's why I was telling, don't try any mock tests, anything. Nothing is needed. Just calm and confidence will do a world of good. and you might be doing funny things. You may be forgetting the basic of the basic things. You may be forgetting to eat also. Quite happens. What happened just 2 or 3 days before one of the prelims I was giving? I went to my aunt and I was like, I want a cutting plier. And then she was like, why? I was like, I want to cut my nails. She was just staring at me. Please give, it's getting late. Like, what do you want? Cutting plier. She was like, listen to yourself. I paused. I like, oh, I want nail cutter to cut my nails. If you are doing this, these are good signs. It means you are like totally in the zone. All right. And you will be like, absolutely, that's good sign. One better sign, what happened a couple of years ago when I was at my former institution, I walked into the men's washroom. No, nothing dirty. Okay. Don't, you're smiling. No, right? Just as when I walked in at the two urinals, two persons are standing. They're doing their business. And one person says Article 21. The other person says right to life. This is a true story, okay? Article 21A, right to education. I walked in, I saw. Then they turned back. They're like, sir, sorry, sir. I was like, why are you being sorry, man? This is dedication pro max, right? Please carry on. I was like, amazing, right? That was one of the happiest days of my life. This I have never seen in my life before, and I probably will never see that again. Right? Dedication pro max. It's quite natural. Do whatever you feel like. Who is there to judge? If somebody is judging, it's their fault. Whatever works for you people, right? So it doesn't have to be. You don't have to be an orthodox way. What everybody is a different individual. Some things work for you. Some things don't work for you. So focus on those things that work for you in the last few days, whatever may they be, how much ever weird they are. Don't be afraid of any sort of judgment. As long as you're not bothering anybody, it's totally fine. And especially if you're in Bangalore, be very careful. It's raining cats and dogs here, right? And try to keep your health up. Some of you, unfortunately, are going through a mild body aches and everything. Okay, if at all you fall even mildly sick, just rest. Don't stretch yourself. Because health is very important. Eat well, sleep well. Sleep aram se minimum 8 hours. 8 to 9 hours aram se you sleep. If once in a while, if you feel like crossing that 8-9 hours also, 10 hours also, you sleep once in a while. But at least get 8 hours of sleep every night. I know sleep is hard to come by. You must be wondering how to sleep 8 hours per night in this stress. Whenever you feel like sleeping, just go and take a nap. It doesn't matter, absolutely. Just relax, rest. Because all the hard work is done. Now it's time to start the smart work. Keep on going through your strategy in the last couple of days. How you used to solve your mock tests, your PYQs. And keep on looking at PYQs. You don't have to solve them if you want, but at least look at the question, look at the answer. And my suggestion is take the official booklet. If you don't have, take a Xerox copy of that, especially if you are appearing for the first time. Because you need to get familiarized with the font. So far, you have your mock test. Actual UPSC font, actual UPSC language. So keep on. Don't even go for soft copy. Go for hard copy only. Get that feel. These are the small things that may not make a huge difference, but can make a small, tiny bit of difference there. Right? So keep on going through the actual UPSC. If you have last year's paper which you have attempted, take that only. Just keep on going through that, looking at the questions, solving them if you want. Especially CSAT, just go through PYQs of paramount importance. Before we continue. Now, today, Forest Service final list is likely to be out probably some more time, or if not today, tomorrow. And then they will release the prelims mark sheet for those who had applied for forest services. My honest suggestion is, whether you have cleared prelims or not cleared prelims, if you had applied for forest services, don't look at your prelims score 2 days, 3 days before, if they release. There's a chance they may not release also before this prelims. If they release, don't look at your score. You may be thinking you have lost it by half mark. Then you open 10 marks you have missed. Then all the confidence that you have built will go down. Let's say you had cleared last year, but it's exactly the cutoff, 87 point something. Then you may be again panicking that you are almost like one mistake away from not clear. So sometimes, as I say, ignorance is a bliss. So let this be your bliss. As if no post-mortem is going to happen by looking at the marks card. Okay, your prelims mark sheet. Those who had just applied for civil services are very well aware of their marks because that was made available. Those who had applied for both civils and forests, that you may be able to access it in a day or two. It will be very nice if UPSC delays it till the prelims is there. Don't even have the temptation. I'll check what will happen. What will happen is you will panic unnecessarily. So just assume that ignorance is a bliss and ensure that one more, when you're revising, you are focusing more on high yielding topics. High yielding topics means where questions have been continuously asked in the past 10-15 years. Don't waste your time on low yielding topics, not needed, not necessary, absolutely at all, because the chances are they may be asked again from them. So focus on high yielding topics. And one more thing here is, do not think much beyond 25th May. For now, just see till 4:30 p.m. on 25th May. Don't think what to do after that. Just keep 25th May as the target deadline. What to do after that, we can figure out later. Now, coming to 24th, we are doing the visualization meditation. Now, going further here, if you are traveling to different cities or if you are traveling to Bangalore from different cities, ensure that you reach at least by 23rd night or 24th morning. If they have given center somewhere very far from here, very far from Chandra layout, if you feel like going 24th night only and staying there at a hotel or something, you can do that, because you don't want to travel 1.5 2 hours. Like some people were telling, somebody has got HSR layout, some people have got KR Puram, right? That's like some a different country only, right, from here. And if it's raining, generally it does not rain in the morning, but today morning it was raining. It becomes difficult. Okay, you will not get cabs, you will not get autos. You don't want that. So if you want to avoid the risk, if it's very far, you can travel there and find some. You can decide the accommodation now only, and you can be there nearer. If it's nearby, still rains are a strong possibility. So ensure that your travel thing is sorted. Relying on cabs and autos in monsoon in Bangalore, right? It's a very risky thing. Okay, so just metro will be very much awesome there. Okay, and most of the centers will have some sort of metro line accessibility. I think some of you have got very close to the lounge. Okay, Nagarbavi, Chandra layout. Right, lucky people. Some of them have got in Malleshwaram and Sheshadripuram. That's also good, but not everybody is lucky in that matter. So decide your travel strategy now only. Okay, and if the center is too far away, right, so just see what you have to do. Either you have to leave very early in the morning here or travel one night before. If you are coming from outstation to Bangalore, my suggestion would be take an accommodation near to your center and visit the center one day before itself, just to verify that, okay, that is your center, because you may be new to the city and you don't want last minute like, okay, I'm unable to find my center. My experience is, especially when it's government schools, government colleges, they're not very well marked on Google Maps. If it's private colleges, they're well marked. If it's the government schools, generally I think that also is updated, but why risk? You don't want unnecessary risk. On 24th, if you feel like revising mildly, you can go for that. If you feel like just chilling and relaxing, you can just and relax. Whatever your mind tells, follow that. Have a good dinner and go to bed early and wake up early. Now, there will be two types of people. We got a very nice sound, and then we'll wake up every 1 hour, half an hour, 2 hours, not get enough sleep. When you wake up in the morning of 25th, it should not matter whether you slept soundly like a baby or whether you could not sleep absolutely at all. So that should simply not matter to you. Whether you slept for 8 hours, whether you slept for 4 hours, 3 hours, 6 hours intermittent, absolutely matter to you. Whatever your sleep status, it's a prelims exam only. You have to fill bubbles only there. So just go and give it your best shot. No excuses there. Don't wake up, oh shit, man, I slept just 6 hours, 12 minutes, and 13 seconds as per my watch. Now, how do I do? Doesn't matter. It's okay. If you're sleepless, not a single second of sleep, just go there and give it your best shot. This, when the going gets tough, tough gets going. No excuses, absolutely whatsoever. Right? And once you wake up, yeah, one day before itself, check all your, now only you can check hall ticket, your ID card. Remember, your ID card should be exactly the one which is mentioned in your hall ticket. If it's not there, now you will have time to get things from your home or do some adjustment, but not one day before. So check the ID card that you have mentioned in your hall ticket is there with you. If they don't allow you because you don't have it, you cannot blame them. First time it was introduced in 2020 or 21, I guess, right? Many people suffered, but that time, if the invigilators or the college people or the UPSC official there are kind enough, they will allow you. If they are strict enough, they will not allow you. You cannot blame. I remember, like the last attempt I gave was 21. In that prelim center, many people had not got their exact matching ID card, and luckily for them, parents of other candidates intervened and they shouted at the officials like it's okay, and they were allowed, given the fact that they would arrange it in between GS and CSAT. So don't tempt fate is what I'm saying. Okay, keep everything ready. Your pens, okay, which pen you're going to carry. That day we did a very nice meditation on the pen. Okay, carry that pen or new pen or any pen you want. Okay, whatever it mentions. Carry 2 passport size photographs also, just in case your photo is not clear. They mention it. I've never seen it being checked, but you never know. There is always a first time, right? So this thing, and ensure that, right, you keep everything ready. Okay, before you can keep it today only or tomorrow only for the actual exam. And on the day of the exam, have a light breakfast. No matter how stressed you are, anxious you are, a light breakfast is always preferred. If you have the habit of tea or coffee, awesome. Okay, don't have a heavy breakfast. Okay, not needed. Right, all your heavy breakfast meals can wait till the evening. Okay, you want to be sharp. Okay, you have to be sharp, because that's what all of this is about. Right, and go to the examination hall much early. Enter when they allow you. Go and sit, check, and just get comfortable there. Now, the thing here is you will not make too many mistakes in the preliminary examination, but 2 major mistakes that people make is marking the wrong answer in your OMR sheet. Question number 21, you are marking in 20 or 22, and then that's gone. And not signing in the proper place in the attendance sheet. These are the 2 major and 2 quite common mistakes even the most veteran aspirants do. Kindly avoid that at absolutely all costs. Be very careful, be very focused. The moment you have entered the examination hall, you get ready, get into the zone, take a few deep breaths, and get ready to perform there. And no silly mistakes are supposed to happen. Right from wrong bubbling of OMR to making your basics wrong. I've been often telling you, if you do a lot of mistakes in your basics, you are going to suffer in the preliminary examination. You may do mistakes or you may go wrong in the ones where 50-50 ones or intelligent guessing, it's okay. But basics is where everybody, all your competitors are going to get it right. So you have to ensure that you do not go wrong. There should be no absolute silly mistakes. Some people have this habit of marking on the question paper and last 5 minutes you mark on the OMR sheet. I have never ever been fan of this strategy. 80-85 questions in 5 minutes. One mistake and then your life is ruined there. If you're 100% sure, mark it and go. Okay, if you're not sure, you save it for the next round. But you're 100% sure there is no going back. Why are you playing with the question paper? Mark it in the OMR sheet. Just that, think before you ink. That means you should be 100% sure before you mark on the OMR sheet. And always, all the 50-50 ones, intelligent guessing should never be in the first round. Why? I'll tell you the psychology. Let's say you started off in 100 questions, you know about 40. Given the past 4 years trend, 40 to 45, you will be knowing in the first round, 100%. Once you mark those, the accuracy rate of those 40 to 45 will be very, very high. Once you know that 40 to 45 high accuracy questions, you have already marked in the OMR. That will relax your nerve to a great extent. You'll be like, okay, 60% job is done, high accuracy. You will think clearly and the accuracy automatically increases for the 50-50 ones. Your brain functions better. And you mark wrong ones or 50-50 ones, intelligent guessing in round one, everything will become a khichdi and you may end up on the opposite side where you are losing the confidence even before the second round has started. First round is for the short ones. Go through all the questions. Now, it may so happen you get answer set, let's say A. First question you know, you have very little idea. Second question you know, very little idea. Third question, 50-50. Fourth question, again 50-50. Fifth question, no idea. Do not absolutely panic. You have seen 5 out of 100 questions. And given the nature of prelims has been there in past 4 years, that's quite likely to happen. Don't take like, okay, I have seen 5 questions, I have to mark at least one. No, please don't do that. Right? If you are finding that section uncomfortable, go to some section that you are comfortable. Let's say polity has been your favorite. Find polity questions, solve it. Economy or science and tech. I don't think history anybody will start with. Okay, that was my go-to when I used to start. Okay, but yeah, as I was saying, find a section that you're comfortable. Let's say polity was your favorite section. And you see that, and polity is the toughest for 2025. I hope it doesn't happen. Okay, I'm praying it doesn't happen because I know all of you are counting on polity and economy here. But it's a possibility. That some or the other thing they have asked. Can't help, go to economy. Don't take it on ego like, okay, polity I have studied, Lakshmikant, Love with Lakshmikant is 5 years old. Okay, I have to do polity. No, please don't do that. Okay, it's quite okay. It's quite okay. Take nothing on your ego. Just because you have studied the subject well doesn't mean you have to solve it first or attempt all the questions. See the section. There will always be at least 25 to 30 low-hanging fruits. Always, you take any year, even you take the 2023 paper, which was not one of the toughest paper ever. There will be at least 25 to 30 low-hanging fruit. So start with that. Because if you start with the tough ones or you take it on your ego and make mistakes, you will not be able to harness those low-hanging fruits. So don't start with something tough. You people are not khatron ke khiladi. You people want to clear your preliminary examination. So just go by common sense. Nothing, keep your ego aside. You may be master holder in economics. Even if you cannot solve a single question of economy, it's okay. It will not happen. I'm talking about the extreme cases here. Some people ask me, sir, should we start, if you are not comfortable, should we go for 25 question number 25, question number 50, or come back from 100? Do whatever you like. Just mark the correct thing on the OMR. That thing is non-negotiable. And read all actions carefully. Have they asked statements correct or statements not correct? Make full use of the question paper by underlining whatever you want, scratching whatever you want. No need to get a clean question paper back, right? Like some people will be like, yeah, I'll come, I'll scan and I'll upload, I'll share it on Telegram channel. What the hell? Don't do all those nonsense. Okay, make full diagrams, everything, elimination technique, everything should be there. Okay, so see, not correct, incorrect, correct. So read everything carefully. Now, there may be a chance where you are sort of, get a fear or a sort of a panic in the examination hall. It can happen to the best of us. There, if at all you're feeling that way, just for 30 to 60 seconds, stop. Take a couple of deep breaths and start again. It will going to be fine. Right, as I was saying, 21 was my last attempt. In the CSAT paper, I was just solving, solving. Then 1 hour happened, and then I counted like how many questions I have solved. I just finished 21. I was like, what the hell, right? People are doing CSAT is tough. Now I may flunk in CSAT. It was a moment of little bit of panic. I just took a couple of deep breaths, drank a couple of sips of water, and then I started. And I could go up till 48. I pushed myself, took a little bit of calculated risk, but I could finish 48 and cleared CSAT. So the thing here is, don't panic and lose the strategy. If you panic and solving, you will definitely go wrong. If you are feeling little bit of stress, little bit of fear, that time just 60 seconds. Okay, 60 seconds or 30 seconds until you feel better, and most importantly, until you start thinking clearly again, because that is very important. So ensure that, okay, ensure that you do not panic. If you do panic, it's quite natural. And you can carry water, you can carry chocolates, you can carry biscuits. Apart from tea and coffee and material to, cheat like CSK, so you can take anything in the examination hall. Carry water. Definitely you carry water. Don't worry. If you feel like eating something, okay, you can carry that. Just don't eat chocolate, smudge your OMR sheet, okay? Or your chocolate itself is coloring one bubble. Please don't do that, okay? Carry chocolates which do not melt or anything. Be very wise, right? They don't put any restrictions. And carry multiple pens. I know you just need one pen here, but just in case. And don't do 50 questions blue color, 50 questions black color. Keep it one color. This has happened when I used to write. Some people used to, ink kali aito, okay, let's take one more and do, and then examiner is like, what is this rangoli, right? And then they will again do some adjustment. And most importantly, the set number, they'll give it 5 minutes before. If at all you have got a stupid invigilator who is not giving, you have every right to ask. 8:55, 9 o'clock, right? First paper. 9:30. Then 8:25 you should have the OMR sheet. Some God sent invigilators are there, they give it 8:20 only. For prelims it will not matter much. For mains, if somebody gives like that, God bless them abundantly. 10 minutes you can see all the 20 questions in mains, right? So now if you get it on time, okay, very good. If they're not giving, very gently, okay, don't be like very rude or anything, because you have more to lose, right? Just make them aware. Persuasion and social influence, right? We have studied that for 2 months, January and February here at the launch. And anyways, after a week, we have to go back to they can't wait for the mains prep to start. Okay, prelims is sort of boring. Okay, coming back. So you can gently nudge that. Okay, gently nudge them, sir, please. Okay, you have to, give us. Okay, if they don't give, don't fight. Accept. It's okay. It will not matter. And if they give a little late, don't panic. Fill your roll number correctly, double check, and then bubble it. Your set, once the set is given, your center code, whatever it is there, fill. I'll just share the UPSC's do's and don'ts, common mistakes made. UPSC has uploaded on their website. I'll share it in the channel. Just have a look at that. Okay, all the common mistakes that you made. The signature in the attendance sheet. Okay, because attendance sheet will come 10 minutes or 15 minutes once you have started writing. It will take about 60 or 70 to 90 seconds to fill it. In 2 minutes, you are not going to lose your preliminary examination. So fill it aram se. Don't hesitate. Check that also. Check that the invigilator also has signed. You have also signed. Absolutely no need to rush into that. It's not mains. Nothing will happen. Even in mains also, okay, take your time. Because if something goes wrong, they'll scold you first. Okay, they will scold you because see, if something goes wrong, they can apply whitener and rectify it, but they'll unnecessarily scold you because they don't want to do extra work. Because first of all, they're working on a Sunday. Nobody likes to work on a Sunday, and then you will make a mistake. All that frustration will come to you only. Just in case it happens, if they're scolding, just smile. What is there? ಆಗಿದ್ದಾಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತು ಈಗ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. So just ensure that okay, you don't make any sort of mistakes. And once you're done with GS1, I would suggest don't go on internet. Okay, what is this? Who are Bhavabhuti, Asti Malla, Kshemekshwara, nonsense people? Don't do that. Make use of the time to revise for CSAT. Some coaching institutions would have already released the key. I don't know how. How is it possible? Right? Even in the gap, like the paper is so tough that there is 10 to 15 marks difference between official UPSC key and the coaching institutions key. Some coaching institutions which I would have never heard of would have already released the answer key. There will be temptation. They will be releasing 23, like 23, 24 questions, 30 questions like that. Don't do that. My suggestion is this year it's okay not to check. Anyways, within 9 to 10 days, results is going to come. Anyways, the coaching institutions answer keys are not going to be very, very accurate. So just trust your gut and start preparing for mains. Take 1 day break, not more than that. Start preparing for mains. And you can actually, after CSAT paper, you can check, but in between Google search or checking keys, not at all necessary. And don't sit in the examination hall and start thinking about the cutoff. Every year cutoff is different. No, people have done that. Last year 87.5. Before that 75. Before that 89. Okay, average of all the three. No, every year cutoff is going to be very different. Now some people have this apprehension, 23 was tough, 25 will be tough. When was prelims easy, you tell me? Yeah, 23 was little more tougher than the other years, and also the reason why cutoff went that low was CSAT was also very tough. So do not have any prejudice. See, I have talked to you about prejudice, guys. Don't go with a bias or a prejudice. You will again underperform. Just go, whatever the paper, I am clearing. That should be your attitude. Easy paper, I am clearing. Tough paper, I am clearing. And I always tell, if you are a well-prepared aspirant, pray for a tough paper. If you are well prepared, pray for a tough paper, because when it's a easy paper, everybody will know most of the answers, and you may a couple of silly errors, you may be out of the list. But when it's a tough paper, you will actually stand out. And I have seen some people, some of my mentees, 23 they performed exceedingly well, 24 relatively easy paper they could not clear. So always, if you are prepared very well, pray for a tough paper. It separates the grain from the husk. It separates the contender from the pretender. Like how RCB and CSK are separated in the points table currently, right? I think probably another 2 weeks I can talk about this, and then after that we'll see. So, right? So it separates the contender from the pretender. So pray for a tough paper, no harm in that. But don't sit in the examination hall and start estimating the cutoff. And my suggestion is attempt questions on their merit, and do not be very conservative in attempting 55, 60. That time you will need extremely high accuracy. Unless your accuracy is extremely high, go for a little higher number, whatever has worked for you in the mock tests. And on the day of examination hall, for whatsoever reason, do not change your strategy. Let's say for CSAT, you always started with RC or quant, whatever. That day you are like, okay, logical reasoning. I don't know why, but I'm feeling good, logical reasoning, and you're suffering. Don't. Whatever is worked so far, whatever your strategy is, you know, and nobody knows it better than you. So stick to that. In GS also. Always have a plan B. Yeah, that's always necessary. Let's say polity does not work, economy is there. Right? So that is okay. But for whatsoever reason, like, you always had the habit of, going 90 questions, 91 questions. On the day you're like, hey, today I'm feeling good, my accuracy will be super 55. Okay, at least 50 will be correct and I'll clear. No. So don't assume the cutoff, don't change the strategy. And there, after the paper one, there may be people who will come and tell, like, what do you think the cutoff will be? Who the hell are you people to estimate the cutoff? It's not possible for people sitting together with artificial intelligence to estimate the cutoff. Approximate ranges only we can give. There may be people who will be talking, okay, sir, 95 hogutte, 100 hogutte, right? Don't pay heed, okay? Just be isolated. Start studying for CSAT. Because I have seen that. Okay, it may affect you. You are thinking you will get 85, somebody is saying cutoff is going to be 95. In that sadness only CSAT is gone. Don't, for whatsoever reason. Because one person had asked me, like, in one of my attempts, what do you think? That time cutoff used to go up till 100. Like, he asked me, how was it? I was like, yeah, okay. He asked, like, how much do you think cutoff will go? I told 115, I guess. Right? Simply, I just 115 came to my mind. I was like 115. After that, he did not ask a single question to me. Okay, he just kept his mouth completely shut till CSAT was over. After CSAT, he asked me again, "Do you really think it will go 115?" I was like, "Who knows?" I didn't. That time I felt 115, and I told 115. So you will meet very varied varieties of people there, right? So the thing you have to do here is you should not let them affect your calm and composure, especially in between the break between GS and CSAT. So prepare for CSAT if CSAT is not your strong suit, and then have a good lunch. Okay, do not eat heavy. Just have replenish, because biology says you have already burnt too much glucose while thinking for GS1. You need to replenish that. Hydrate, but before you go to the GS2, relieve yourself, and then go back to GS2. And CSAT time, in GS1 also time is important, but for CSAT time is of paramount importance. The thing here is you should know which question to pick out of those 80. If you feel that this question will take too much time, then that question you are attempting only in round number 2. Again, like GS, there will be at least 30 low-hanging fruits across RCs, quant and reasoning. You have to identify those low-hanging fruits and solve at least 25 out of the 30 questions correctly. Because I've seen so many people who go only till 60 questions, and few easy questions may be there in the last 20 questions. They would have never even seen that. That should not happen. All 80 questions should be glanced at least once. You will not solve 80, but should be glanced at once. And try to solve a good number of questions. Okay, at least more than 44. That's always a safe. 50 plus is even better. 50 plus is even better. I always suggest solve CSAT questions in the multiples of 4. 40, 44, 48, 52, 56. I'll share one document in the channel. What happens is you solve 45. The number of questions, the cutoff to cross that 66 marks cutoff, the number of questions correctly needed is same. You solve 48. The number of questions correctly needed to cross that cutoff is still as same as 45. So 45, 46, 47, 48. For all these questions, number of questions you need to get correctly to cross the cutoff remains same. For 49, 50, 51 and 52, the number of questions you need to get correct to cross the cutoff remains same. So let's say you are ending up with, you have solved 49. You can mark random 3 questions. Even if all 3 goes wrong, you will not lose much, because if you're not clearing CSAT, it's not because you lost those 3 questions. It's because you could not reach that number in that first 49. Right? If even one goes right in that, then that may, who knows. And my suggestion is mark 3 questions in your OMR sheet in a row. Randomly, if you are marking 3 in a row, and same option, so that the probability of you getting right is more. And also, let's say a sample OMR sheet will take, you have attempted till question number 38. The next question you have attempted is 44. You have skipped so many, and you are 100% sure that 38 you have solved it correctly. So you can go with 39, 40 and 41 for random marking. And in that, let's say question number 38, B is the option. So choose any option apart from B, either A, C, or D, and mark all the three for that. Don't deliberately try to do it. When last 5 minutes is there, count how many you have marked and how many more you can solve. If it naturally becoming a multiple of 4, go for it. If it's not, you can mark whatever the difference is there, random. But in hurry, if you do mistake in counting, if you feel you can panic and mistake, you have marked 49 or 50 or 51, then please do not attempt this. Okay, just stick to the original this thing, because if you do mistake in counting, then you may suffer. So CSAT time is of paramount importance. If you're stuck somewhere, again, chuck your ego aside, go to the next question. You may have practiced permutations and combination 5,000 times, but if you're stuck, you have to go. That's about it. Okay. Do not, again, like CSAT is going, sir, please, I don't want to listen to this again. Okay. Just give your best shot. Okay. That's all is needed. You all have prepared very, very well. Okay. And don't absolutely worry about anything. Now, coming to the answer key, I'm telling you, answer keys are uncertain. You don't want to be stuck into that, this side of the border, that side of the border. My suggestion is take 1 day break and start for your mains examination. Anyways, within 10 days, UPSC will most likely release the prelims result, I think by 5th or 6th. You can see your like roll number in that list. Because this year, there are only 89 days between prelims and mains, right? So if you remove 10 more days out of that, that will make it 79, which is a very short window, but very exciting window also. Like, you know, a lot of things to be done. I'm particularly looking forward for that. Work will be very hectic. Okay, there will be hardly time for me to breathe with the SAH course and everything. But always, this is very much fun, because, you know, mains is something that, you know, there is always new things to learn, new things to write, new techniques to implement. And ultimately, prelims mains interview is the belief in yourself that matters. Just have that unwavering belief and confidence that you are going to do it, and you will do it, right? As I always say, you can, you will, end of story. And to just end today's session, all aspirants are like phoenixes. Let's say, unfortunately, if you burn yourself in this May 25th, you can rise again next May 24th, right, from your ashes. Hope it doesn't happen. Okay, just give it your best shot, and keep on giving your best in the past few days, like you have always been. And just in case you need anything, there might not be. If there is, just drop me a text or meet me here. And any sorts of doubts, online students, you drop me a text. Offline students, I'll take it to you. And before we end, just believe in yourself. Keep on believing in yourself. Eat well, rest well. Enjoy the last few days before prelims. Very exciting. Okay, enjoy the process. Leave the outcome up to God. And may God bless you all with abundant success. And whatever the outcome, good or bad, we will deal with it together. All right. Take care and all the very best. Thank you.